jumper is good. Lamar, basket and one. Yeah, 6 points back. Lamar knocks down the 3. Steal, Yambing, look out. William Bing throws it down. Manny sees a gap and throws it down early. Samuel, what a putback jam. Oh my goodness. For 3.
Back here at the Kamalig Orion Sports Complex in Orion, Bataan. It's gonna be an all-important ball game between these two teams. Brandon Wilson and the rest of the Zamboanga Sikat Families Brand Sardine will go up against Ives Sazon and the rest of the One Bataan Risers. Two shooters that wants to be able to get their teams up in the standings. It's gonna be Zamboanga versus Bataan. Pero ang home team dito, ang One Bataan Risers. Magandang gabi mga kadiga. Juanito Gregorio po, kasama si Coach Mike Perez. Coach, in general, how are you liking this matchup? Because I know just between the coaches, you're fans of both.
Yeah, and napakahalaga nitong laban na to. Both interesting na ang laro. Maganda pa yung laban na between two teams na Zamboanga, of course, you know them defensively, and Bataan getting that renewed energy with Coach Mike at the helm.
It's gonna be a whole night of us nerding out about basketball. Kaya gusto nating makasama lahat ng viewers natin on YouTube, on Tap Sports, and on Solar Sports as well. Siyempre, ipakilala na natin ang ating pangatlong miyembro na kasama natin mag-nerd out. Okay, at siyempre, ano natin yan, Coach, basketball body rin yan. Siyempre, si Miss Daphne Cristobal.
Hello, Juanito and Coach Mike. You know, it's always fun and exciting to witness a showdown between veterans and rookies, no? Katulad na lang itong si Hubert Canny of One Bataan Risers and Forsky Partigao of the Zamboanga Sikat. You know, talking dito to Hubert Canny earlier, he talked about na yung advantage niya as a veteran is syempre yung kanyang kumpiyansa, knowing that there's a lot of learnings, experiences in the professional rankings kung saan syempre marami na rin siyang ups and downs dito sa ating tournament. Meanwhile naman for Forsky Partigao, he sees an asset for himself, no, yung kanyang basketball IQ. So let's see how these two guards will go up against each other in tonight's game. Balik muna sa inyo.
Ganda naman ng mga matchup natin ngayon. Diba? Si Coach JR Carlos going up against Coach Mike Sagigit. Ngayon may Hubert Canny pa tayo versus Sportsky Patrigao. Kaya tingnan muna natin ang ating standings dito na makikita natin. Coach, let's talk about Bataan because this is going to be an important game as they try to rise up the standings.
Well, they're actually 2 games or 3 games behind right now. Pasay, who sits at number 6, and you want to get to number 6. No? Yung dalawang natitirang kalaban pa nila is Batangas at Jensen. So a win here would push them at least a couple of wins away from Pasay Voyagers in the hope of getting to number 6 and avoiding the play-in. Yan naman ang target nitong Bataan and almost all of the teams para dito sa season natin.
It's actually pretty much the same story para dito sa Zamboanga. Both of these teams started out very slow pero pareha sila. They're picking up here in the season. Coach, talk about Zamboanga.
Well, Zamboanga is about, I think, 8 wins and 12 losses. Pero marami pa. They have a lot of ground to cover if they want to get to number 6. So very important. If you look at the horizon, they still are going to go up against Caloocan and Quezon. And must-win situation right now. So you get up higher in the rankings when you get into the play-ins or the playoffs.
Again, both of these teams started out very slow, but after the coaching changes for both of these squads, it's been a different kind of ball game. That's why this time around, sila ang magtatapat here in the game. Coach, pag-usapan natin itong last game ng Zamboanga. This was an escape against a very gritty Valenzuela team.
Yeah, they actually started the game very strong. They went on a 12-0 run, pero sinagot yan ng Valenzuela in the first quarter, going on their own 15-point run. But eventually, it was the 3-point shooting that was so much better para dito sa Zamboanga. They made 3 more 3-pointers than that of itong kanilang kalaban na Valenzuela. But the bench points, they're 25 versus 71, totally getting outscored. And you cannot afford that when you go up against Bataan this game.
Those 3 triples made the biggest difference in that ball game. Able to escape with a victory is Zamboanga. Pag-usapan naman natin itong Bataan. Same win, but a different kind of ball game. This was a comfortable win for Zamboanga, for Bataan.
Yeah, a very comfortable win. Matter of fact, they shot the ball very well. They made 10 3-pointers in that game. And the free throw was pretty much medyo suspect para sa kanila. Ang kagandahan lang dito, points in the paint, 42 versus 24. and very impressive 5 turnovers only while getting 17 points of the mistakes that they forced over in Sarangan.
Talk about taking care of that basketball. 5 turnovers. Kaya ba nilang ulitin? Atin ang panoorin. Punta na tayo kay Miguel Pere.
Game here inside the Kabalik Sports Complex in Orion, Bataan. It's Zamboanga versus your One Bataan Risers. Live on Solar Sports, Tab Sports, and a YouTube channel. The 2026 MANNY PACQUIAO'S MPBL Season 8. Let's meet the starters. First for Zamboanga, Sikat. Starting at forward number 24, Brandon Wilson. The other forward number 99, John Mahari. At center number 10, Joseph Gabaini. At guard number 4, Paeng Are. Also at guard number 11, Ford Padrigao. The head coach for Zamboanga is J.R. Carlos. Assistant coaches Drake Santos, Raymond Chonco, Dofer Tabia, and Jade Padrigao. Team manager Martin Go. The team owner is Honorable Congresswoman Kat Chua. And now, mga kaliga, get on your feet, because it's time to meet the starting unit of your One Bataan Risers, PACQUIAO'S. At guard number 15, Nino Ibanez. Also at guard number 18, Tutoy Ramirez. Starting at center number 39, Jamil Gabon. Forward number 23, Josh Galliano. Also at forward number 0, Miggy Corteza. The head coach for One Bataan Risers is Goody Ilagan, assisted by Mike Sagigit, Al Vergara, F. Francisco, Marvin Molines, Louis Cortina, Prince Cruz, Erwin Lazada, Gerald Dizon, and Bong Solian. LGO coordinator, Erwin Oximoso, assistant team manager Ricky Maliksi, team manager Attorney Gary Palmero. The team owner is Luis.
Story 5 is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Bataan will be starting with Ibanez, Ramirez, Gabawan, Galliano, and Corteza, while Zamboanga with Are, Padrigao, Gabayni, Mahari, and Brandon Wilson. The officials in the ball game, J. Francisco, Karina Martin, Elaine Subere, and Ruben Indoctivo. Magandang gabi po mga kaligaw, Juanito Gregorio po at your service, kasama si Coach Mike Perez and Miss Daphne Cristobal on the sidelines. Coach Mike, the first 5, not the usuals for these teams, but gonna be very interesting because early on, meron ng mga galaw, parang chess match agad.
Oo, panimula pa lang, kita mo na kagad na second guessing kung ano ang gagawin ng kanilang kalaban. Itong Bataan Risers as well as Zamboanga. The things to watch out here, definitely the defense of Zamboanga, the pace and the rate that they've been playing the game. Samantalang itong Risers, so many weapons offensively and different guys taking over in different games.
Muli, magandang gabi sa ating watchers from YouTube, on Top Sports and on Solar Sports as well. This is gonna be a very interesting matchup. I'm sure this is going to be a close one. Gabawan on the drive, muscle on muscle. Gabawan too strong. Gabayni secures the rebound.
How about the defense of Otep Gabayni? He came in here mid-season for Zamboanga, providing that needed heft in the paint. And so far, in the games that he's played, talagang nakikita mo yung valuable na contribution nito ni Otep Gabayni.
Ang gandang matchup niyan between him and Jamil Gabawan. Both guys have been using strength their whole careers. John Mahari will be fouled.
Well, this is something that you have to admire about this game. The pace, a lot of activity. They're getting into multiple actions, which makes it difficult for the defense to even adjust. And I'm not even talking about the offense right now of Bataan Risers. I'm talking about the defensive team in Zamboanga, who has shown a lot of activity in that last offensive set, eventually sending John Mahari over to the line.
John Mahari missing on the first free throw. Two point guards and two wings on the side of Zamboanga. Parang ganoon din halos, coach. Parang same yung consumption, yung build nung starting 5 na pareho sa team.
That is right. I look forward to the matchup on who will be guarding Brandon Wilson, who has been one of the leads in terms of scoring. Little, contact right there. Competitive one between John and Miggy Corteza. I say it's interesting because Josh Galliano, much as we've seen him score in a lot of their games, defending is definitely a part of his game as well.
Here's Wilson. We go to Fortsky. Fortsky, the drop. Hindi sila sigurado kung kanino mapunta yun. 3 versus 1. Ibanez, alley-oop. Extra.
Wow!
What a beautiful ball movement for the two.
Touch passing by the Risers on their home floor. Showing again, the unselfishness, the togetherness of these Bataan Risers.
Otep hands it off. Fortsky, the 3. Finally, a basket on the side of Zamboanga.
Well, that is one facet of the game of Fortsky Padrigal that I feel that's gotta shore up. But evidently here this season, it's been a challenge making shots from the outside. But if he can be very consistent in those shot makes, it will help spread that floor and make it easier for him to get inside the paint where he can be very dangerous, issuing dimes to his teammates.
This is the play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Very quick passing right there by the Risers. Spray in the corner over to Miggy.
Strong for Miggy. Brandon Wilson secures the basketball. Brandon hesitates, fires, mid-range is a little too short. Rebounded by Tutoy. Ramirez asks for the screen. Tutoy on the drive. Tutoy, the speed, the basket, the bump, and the bonus for Tutoy Ramirez.
Well, Zamboanga has turned to drop coverage when it comes to the two-man action. And right there, kita kagad ni Tutoy na on a downhill. I see that little spot down there. I think I can get there before Otep does. And he did. Lalo na wala yung low tag help. And John Mahari was actually showing that to their teammates that somebody's got to be in there to help cover the low tag.
Korean free throw para dito kay Tutoy Ramirez. Looking to use bank. Sa pa daw for Tutoy Ramirez. So there is a violation. Finally gets it. Coach Chito Victolero, part of the coaching staff of the Zamboanga Sikat Families Brand Sardines.
And one of the guys that I watched back in college when he played for
Kanina.
Mapua.
First time you mag-meet today, Coach.
Yeah, it was the first time. Last time I saw him when he was in Mapua.
Pero ang ganda nung nung first time yung mag-meet, pero parang nag-vibe agad eh. Diba? Ang ganda agad nung
I love that, he remembers all those players that I mentioned to him. As we see Paeng Ari right now knocking down a 3. And Paeng pretty much, when Fortsky was still not here, he was the guy for Zamboanga. Now he's getting a lot of help, and he's going to need that.
7-5.
Good
Ramirez drives baseline. Galliano the fake. Galliano can't get it.
Oh my
Triple
goodness.
is good for Brandon Wilson.
Brandon Wilson is deadly from the field, even in the previous game against Valenzuela. He was so deadly. He shot 40% from 3. Good drive right there by Josh Galliano.
It's a good start for both of these teams. Wilson, the second triple, a little too long. Tutoy with a strong rebound. Tutoy looking for a friend.
Good slice cut.
Tutoy, the hesitation, the drive, the dish. Again, team basketball, 2 free throws for Gabawan.
And what you're liking about the Risers right now, if you're Coach Mike Sagigit, they are getting as well to multiple actions. Very rarely have you seen just one action and a point of attack. There's always that other action.
Ngayon, may dalang kwento sa atin si Miss Daphne Cristobal.
After the postponed 2 games of One Bataan Risers, they return tonight in their home turf wherein dito sila usually nag-e-ensayo at nag-prepare, especially in big games like this. Coach Mike Sagigit actually shared how well-equipped the team is. Nakita niya yung willingness ng kanyang koponano para makuha itong playoff spot hopefully here in the tournament. And despite the typhoon that happened last week, tuloy ang ensayo and just a little bit more of a motivation for Coach Mike because right now, nakasuporta din ang kanyang wife as well as his daughter. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that. Oops, done. Thank you for that, Miss Daphne. Ganun ba talaga, Coach? Kapag Mike ang pangalan mo, kailangan kasama mo yung asawa mo tsaka yung anak mo?
Actually,
Dito sa
ganun
game?
talaga.
Ganun talaga?
Ganun talaga. Yan ang inspiration ko si Coach Mike Sagigit.
Let's go to this 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme Water Protected Speakers. Dive into music with Extreme Speakers.
Like what we mentioned, no, he's been deadly from anywhere on the field, even in their last game. And Brandon, he came in, I think, mid of the season as well. But he has been a guy that has helped out big in scoring para sa Zamboanga.
The addition of Fortsky Padrigao and Brandon Wilson making all of the changes. Actually, even Levy Hernandez.
Yes.
These 3 guys, the triple is good on the side of the Risers.
And the reason that they've got those guys is because pretty much scoring has been, relegated in earlier the season all to Paeng Are, but now he's getting more help. And Levy, Brandon, and even at certain points, Otep Gabayni have provided that needed help points-wise para dito sa Zamboanga Sikat team.
Bataan has been able to come back here. MANNY Pay, the digital wallet built for the community. First quarter pa lang, Coach. Ang feeling natin, parang end game na yung energy.
Yeah.
Dito sa this is really the kind of game that we expected from both of these teams.
Oo. At saka, what you like about this is there is a lot of sharpness, a lot of ping to the movement of both these teams, which makes the game even more exciting. I'm sure this is going to be a quality game that a lot of our fans are actually going to enjoy.
Fortsky dancing with the defense. He is going to be fouled.
I actually would like to see Fortsky do some more of that stuff where he, finds a way to get some paint touches, not just to be spraying it out to his perimeter guys. At certain points in the game, especially I'd like to think later on in the play-ins, in the playoffs, they are going to need a Fortsky Padrigao to be scoring.
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Balik ang kalamangan para dito sa Zamboanga. Second free throw is good for Fortsky Padrigao. Fortsky this season is averaging close to 9 points a ball game, but the assist, Coach, this is where he makes the biggest impact.
That is right. And really is trying to find teammates than that of scoring. But like what I said earlier, darating ang punto, kailangan niyang humanap ng paraan ng score, hindi lang umassist.
And pop to Javier Long. Well read by Brandon Wilson. Coray gets the basketball. Levy
There you go.
open on the wing. He loves that angle, but it's strong. Lazaro keeps it alive. Lazaro one-on-one against Sazon. The spin, the fake, the float, good for Lazaro.
Well, Lazaro made that shot, very patient against the defense of Ives. But take a look at the defense of Ives Sazon. Hindi mausog, even with the size advantage in there, he still was very formidable wall to the defense.
Travel on Nino Ibanez. Bench wanted him to shoot it. Let's go to the steal of the game, brought to you by Extreme Boom 3 Waterproof Speaker, Unstoppable Sound, Ultimate Power.
And that one is really just being careless for the Risers. A little 3-point swing, or 5-point swing rather, because of that 3-point make of Paeng Are. No stranger to 3-point shot making.
Fortsky threw to the bench. It's now Mike Are who's going to play point. Mike goes to Wilson on the corner. Basket for Brandon Wilson. No, is it going to be a step on the line? I think it's going to be a step on the line.
Yeah. Pero again, the manner that he got to that weak side corner 3, you think everything was happening right around the middle, but it really was a setup for him on that three.
Ayun.
Yeah, left heel on the line, right?
Tutoy has not been subbed out of the ball game. I think he's the only one that's left. Robbie Darang gets fouled. They're saying it's not going to be 2 free throws. Sideline inbound.
I thought he took off. The referees are going to say otherwise, so this will be a baseline out of bounds for the Risers. Chito Jaime now on the floor. Arguably, Chito Jaime and Chris Javier might be the two bigs na maganda yung combination of shot making on the outside and even inside.
Tama. Sazon well defended by Puray being pressured. Sazon drives baseline. That's going to be a hook on Ives Sazon. Charge on Ives.
You know, making it very, you know, a small space for Ives to operate. He was right there deep in the corner. And I think they're going to see if there is an unspo. Jason's still down on the floor. See that again. It was a little fumble by Ives Sazon. A lot of challenge trying to extricate from the defense. Had to use that other arm.
It's very interesting, Coach. If you watch it, it hit above the head. It hit the face. Pero si Ives hindi rin nakatingin.
Correct.
So it might be incidental.
Correct.
But it's only going to be the referee who will be able to tell what the call will be. Jason Puray still shaken up after that hit. Yan, mutual respect between the two. Just a basketball hit.
Right.
It is still going to be a charge on Ives Sazon.
Masarap panoorin ng gano'n, no? Mainit yung competition,
Oo, pero kamay pa rin.
May kamay pa rin, yan. Nandun pa rin yung respeto sa bawat manlalaro.
Gandang matchup din to. Robbie Darang versus Mike Are.
I know.
Rob. Goes to Hubert.
He wants to take on, Chris Javier wants to take on Lazaro right now on the low block.
Hubert fires the three. Off to the left for Hubert. Medyo lumamig ang opensa nitong Bataan the past few plays. Mike goes to Puray. One go to Brandon here. Defended by the veteran Chito Jaime.
I like this move right here. Sending over Levy Hernandez. Solo side.
Baseline jumper is good for Levy Hernandez.
There were actually 2 attempts to get Levy to a scoring position. On a low block, di nakuha, tinulak. Humanap na lang ng paraan ng score. Short jumper is good.
16-10 is our score here. Ives fires the three. 3-pointers have not been going in. Javier, Sazon, and Kani all firing from the outside. Levy. 19-10. Levy Hernandez heating up.
I was just about to say, Coach Mike's going to call a timeout here. You don't want a 5-point run from Sniper de Mexico. Had to create the other one of that short corner. This one's a complete trailer 3 for Levy Hernandez, who might be one of the deadliest, you know, seasoned players here in the MPBL right around that spot.
Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sekreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. We are only in the first quarter of play. Commissioner Emerson Oreta and Head of Security Rudy Distrito on your screens. Coach, first quarter of play pero yung action natin, Coach, parang hindi naman first quarter to.
Hindi, tsaka ramdam mo kaagad yung adjustments ng both these teams. Earlier, when the Bataan Risers made the 3, immediately you felt that pressure around the arc, not allowing a three-point attempt very easy. Even that one got challenged by Paingare.
There has been no inside attempts on the side of Bataan. Triple is good once again for Zamboanga.
Zamboanga so far, in manner of reads, is winning that battle. You know, getting to that second activity every time they get to a two-on-a-ball situation. No switches right here.
Chris goes to Ives, drives baseline. Ives, the reverse is good for Ives Sazon.
How about that finish by Ives Sazon? You know the guy's a scorer. Faked off a three, got that close out, couple of dribbles, and he was on the other side finishing with an English.
Puray. Slide down Mike. Pressured by Robbie Darang. Puray, can he go back to back? Can't. Last touch will be on Inand.
Pero sa paraan ng paglaro nitong dalawang teams ito, ramdam mo importansya. This was that skip over to Ives. Saw that a close out by Puray, but look at him elevate and go the other side for that finish. No help, no problem.
Lagi daw natin pinag-usapan yung shooting niya eh, sabi niya today. May iba naman muna.
Oo naman.
Showed us his hang time itong si Ives. Alfred fouled right away.
Under a minute remaining, but it feels like we've seen a lot of schemes from both these teams. In my opinion, very well coached teams. And like I said, you know, if you're a team right there, right around the top in the South, you definitely don't want to meet Zamboanga.
Alfred Flores getting his first free throw, getting his first point of the ball game.
Yeah, he's come off the bench. He's roughly averaging close to 10 points per game, about 4 rebounds, and maybe 5 assists per outing.
Balik si Fortsky Padrigao dito sa ball game. Mike Are gets his rest. Javier pressuring Josh Lazaro. Sanbeda Red Cub versus Sanbeda Red Cub. Penalty situation, so that will mean 2 free throws here for Josh Lazaro.
And they have not, they've been trying to blow up that dribble handoff, now involving the guy at the top. In that case would be Josh Lazaro. And Chito Jaime was pretty much sticking close. Unfortunately, he got fouled on that reach.
First free throw is strong for Josh Lazaro.
Who, might I say, in the very early goings for Zamboanga, is isa sa mga halagang rotation guy.
Yes.
Para sa kanila. Brings a lot of athletic ability. You know, does not mind the contact inside and very silently operating every game.
Only averages close to 4 points a ball game, but the 6 rebounds and the 2 assists that he averaged, there are games that he actually gets to around 6 to 8 assists.
Yeah, he does. At saka alam mo yun, yung ginagawa lang niya talaga yung trabaho niya, no? Kahit walang touches eh. Giving a screen, getting at that box out on rebounds, whatever it takes, he's gonna do it. I think they're gonna go for a 2-for-1 here if you're Bataan.
Flores goes to Hubert. Gonna go down low, denied.
And good defense by Levy. How about that?
Hubert here. Hubert decides to attack. Hubert with the finger roll, can't get it. Fresh 14. Alfred wide open on the wing, straight line and in for Alfred Flores.
Left arc 3, favorite spot on the floor from 3, Alfred Flores.
12 on the first quarter game clock here. Inand to Josh. They can't go to that handoff. Josh punta dito kay Fortsky. 4 on the clock. Drive and kick.
No.
Levy wide open. It's good for Levy Hernandez. And that ends our first quarter, 26-17. It's been a barrage of outside shots on the side of Zamboanga. 6 3-pointers in total for the Sikat.
Touch passing, very important for both these teams. Sharing that rock, different personalities, taking over the game. At one point, it was Levy Hernandez. Alfred did his thing for the Risers. Ives does his own contributions, but you are loving the game in the first quarter between Zamboanga and Bataan.
Ready na ba kayo sa final twist? Endgame na ba talaga sina Bora at Ada? O may one last twist pa bago ang happy ending? Twist of Fate season finale August 28, Friday at 8 o'clock p.m. only on Solar Flicks. Solar Flicks is seen on Sky Channel 16, Signal Channel 21, Cable Link Channel 33, and DTT Channel 21 in Metro Manila.
The last time you and I, when you read Twist of Fate, I ended up on the screen with the long hair.
Tama. This was about a month and a half ago.
I know. And it's Direct Freddy again.
Ito, malalaman na natin kung talagang may twist of fate.
Oo nga.
Dito rin, malalaman natin kung may twist of fate because the home team is currently down by 9. Zamboanga has been playing terrific defense to start the game.
And they have, definitely. They have.
Minan Fornilos hitting the first two of the second quarter, getting this into a double-digit lead.
That was a close one. I thought Chris Javier went on a backing violation. He has not established his foot when he received that ball.
The second unit of Bataan is struggling in terms of making a basket here. Levy, the hot hand.
good.
Levy, one more time for Levy Hernandez.
The guy is 3 out of 4 from 3. He's missed only once. And the thing is, he's making it on different spots on the floor from 3.
Chito Jaime looking to answer off to the right. Coach, the three-pointers have not been coming in for the Risers.
Now that, I think, is the difference maker right there. Almost, very same scoring when it comes to two-pointers and the free throws. It's the 3 really that's been, where you see a little bit of a disparity. That's a +4 3-point make right now in favor of Zamboanga. And but getting scores inside the paint, that's been, the source of output para dito sa Risers.
Sakit dito para sa Bataan. Ibabalik pa si Brandon Wilson. Levy looking for a foul. Alfred looking to run. Flores looking at his options.
He's got a couple of...
Early seal, Javier. They're going to call the foul downstairs.
Yeah. And I like that activity by the Risers. Alfred Flores held on to the ball, couldn't really find a teammate that was open. He had a couple of shooters on the wings from 3, Cani as well as Sazon. And then he had that early seal underneath by Chris Javier, with Josh Galliano getting ready for an offensive rebound.
MANNY Pay, the digital wallet built for the community.
Watch out for Rafi.
Everything is being denied by Zamboanga here.
See the switches, no?
Flores goes to Galliano. Galliano, the attack strong attack, sorry. Foul. Back-to-back foul set para kay Inan Fornilos.
Right. And they have, actually, Zamboanga has limited the Risers from attacking only on the left side of the floor. It seems very exclusive. I think the only time that we saw a right lane finish was with that Ives Sazon close out and that undergo stab. Everything else has been on that left side.
The defense of Zamboanga has been on point here in the first half.
And right now they lead by 14. Biggest so far by any team.
0 out of 2 for Galliano. Brandon Wilson.
Good steal.
Loses the ball. Ball was tapped. Goes to Galliano here. Galliano able to finish. That was tough for Josh Galliano.
Oh, indeed, that was a tough finish for Josh Galliano. Had to find a way. He was already airborne. Couldn't get the ball to a teammate. Had to finish it. This was
Go to the pinch post.
Yeah. A little Princeton action right there.
Another pinch post to a zoom. Wilson, the drive. Wilson, no space available, will be fouled.
And every time, to your point, that they get that ball on the pinch post, they go on a low split. This was that very easy handoff to Sniper de Mexico, the hottest hand from 3. But this was that recovery by Josh Galliano. Had to take off. Whew. Difficult finish right there for Josh.
To make the pass fake to a finish in one motion, that's pretty tough. Pero sa ngayon, punta muna tayo kay Miss Daphne Cristobal.
Ngunit in Coach Mike, we see usually Brandon Wilson in neutral phase whenever he plays inside the court, which he actually decided to express when he was still in high school. Because for him, it gives a difficult chance for his defenders to identify his real emotions inside when he's playing. But actually, on Instagram, he has this sort of dump account where he posts some random reaction reels about basketball or about life. And dun niya mas napapakita yung goofy and fun side of B-Will, not that fierce or competitive side of him. And also, no, in high school, he also played some all-star games already, pero ito yung first time na maglalaro siya for a 3-point shootout. Balik muna sa iyo.
Thank you for that, Daphne. Yun ang gusto kong ma-follow, Coach.
Oo nga.
Laging seryoso ang mukha nito ni Brandon Wilson kapag naglalaro eh.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Ilang games na rin na-cover ko dito sa Zamboanga, but I have never even gotten to a point of, getting a fist bump from Brandon because every time he warms up, focused na focused eh, no?
Locked in.
Locked in eh. You don't want to bother players like that. So, hopefully, you catch him one of these days. Maybe in the All-Star if he's gonna come around.
Mas magaan siya
Mas
doon.
magaan, diba?
He is also going to be part of the All-Star game, if I'm not mistaken. As the coaches edition. Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
On this guy too.
0 of 2.
Look at that defense right here. Everything's pretty much on point. A lot of activity. That one rattled out for Josh.
Better movement, just could not get the basket in. Is Josh Galliano, still a 12-point lead in favor of Zamboanga.
We'll go to that handoff. And then a slot to slot. There you go.
Brandon far away, defended by Tutoy. Switch, pick and
Tight.
roll, well read by Tutoy Ramirez. Numbers on the side of Bataan. Tutoy goes down low.
Wow.
Counter steal by Brandon Wilson.
How about making up for your own mistake earlier?
Now Brandon with the basketball takes it to himself. Brandon will be fouled.
Brandon Wilson is just a tough cover once he gets inside the paint. At ang nagpapahirap niyan, nakakashoot sa labas eh, no? May range. That's the thing.
Interesting substitution here. It's a guard for a big. Robin Ronyo subs in for Inan Fornilos. This free throw is brought to you by Extreme, ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
And I just want to get a quick shout out to Riley who is watching outside.
Okay.
Riley.
How are you, Riles?
He says he's good, but he says, can you shout out my teammates as well?
Okay,
so again, a quick shout out to Ocean de Belen, Jesu Rabaila, Heaven Cruz, and Mig Sakmore who are watching from their home after coming home from school. So mga players yan ng San Beda, Alabang.
No training today?
I think they don't have a training today because
Okay.
today's Monday.
Safe.
Yep.
Galliano can't get it. Pressure goes to Robin Ronyo. Wilson, extra pass. Puray on the corner. Triple is short. Rebound is good. And Zamboanga, their hustle has been getting them a lot of extra opportunities.
Well, that's the key word right there. Their hustle. That's the difference maker so far. Very quick to a pass. very quick to a rebound and just staying active. Bernabe right there, getting that offensive rebound, tagging high and finishing inside.
First half of action and the lead has already ballooned to 16 points. Tutoy on the post. Defended by Robin Ronyo, another good defender. Galliano with a three. Finally, a three-point shot for Bataan.
Well, it's been tough knocking down shots from there. Josh Galliano finally making one. I'm sure to the delight of Ken Pangilinan, who is watching us also.
Ay, magandang gabi sa iyo, kapatid.
Kaibigang Ken Pangilinan, mabuhay ka.
Bukas, si Ken, sino bang partner ni Ken bukas? Dave Bernabe has been a terrific substitution here. 5 points for Dave Bernabe.
And he's been quick, actually, to a bucket, no? Very rarely with the dribble, just finding a shot.
Sazon all alone against Puray. Sazon can't find a friend. Robin Ronyo, another steal. 4 versus 1. Paeng doesn't force it. Puray open on the corner, extra to Paeng. Paeng using his speed, too deep. Now it's Alfred running. Alfred goes to Galliano, will be fouled. Only the third foul para sa Zamboanga. Bataan though is in penalty already.
You know what's hard to believe is that we've been marveling as you see Coach Chito Victorero, my co-Mapua Cardinal in college. What's impressive about Zamboanga when is that with all these defensive activity and all these defensive schemes, they have so far committed only 6 fouls. And we're more than halfway through the second quarter.
Josh Galliano, it will touch his foot last. And once again, Coach, the pressure defense has been on point on the side of Zamboanga.
I guess one might even say that Coach JR has been mixing up in defensive coverage. No, paiba-iba. May drop coverage, may switches. Sometimes they put 2 on the ball. So that totally confuses how they're going to counter that offensively.
Iba yung gutom ng Zamboanga coming into this ball game. But still a lot of basketball to be played. Still 4:37 remaining in the second quarter. Brandon Wilson. Brandon decides to drive. Brandon the snake. Brandon the use of the body. Too long and too strong is Brandon Wilson.
They could not get to any action at that point. And so Brandon Wilson was the one who generated that offense for them.
41-24 in the home court of Bataan. This play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Look at him snake that defense. You know, got the defense of Josh Galliano on his back and then had to attack mano y mano the defense of Octubre.
Rafi Octubre will be subbed out. Four minutes remaining here in the second quarter. It's a big 17-point lead in favor of Zamboanga. Galliano. Another deep shot. No, that hit the ring.
Somebody fell on the floor.
Yes, but that hit the ring.
Yeah, it did. It did.
On that right side. The question is, Coach, there should be no stoppage.
Agreed.
Will the 3 count for Josh Galliano?
That's something the officials gotta decide on. Timekeepers gotta know that the ball hit the rim, should have reset, not sounded off a buzzer. Now this is going to be very interesting.
Let's watch it here once again. This was the shot by Josh Galliano. Not very clear there if it hit the ring. But from our angle, it did. And then this was the extra pass to Galliano. Getting the triple there.
And are they also gonna look at that foot that hit the face of Dave Bernabe on that battle? Kasi doon pa lang sa naka-post up si Galliano, naka-screenan si si Gabawan, not wanting Bernabe to get to the middle of the floor where he can help out on any drive coming from Josh Galliano.
But I don't think you can call a foul on that situation.
Oh yeah, that's right. Kasi we're not under 2, no? We'll see.
All trust our referees here in the MPBL. Meron na tayong desisyon. J. Francisco. Alright, interesting, coach. It will be the ball of Bataan, but the 3 will not count for Josh Galliano.
Yeah, because that hit the ring. That's right. Kaya lang siyempre nangihinayang ka kung ikaw ang Bataan Risers, that's already 3 points and you're trying to come back from this deficit.
Again, they go to Josh. Go out to Bartuma. Tutoy defended.
Hard hedge.
Corner. Still no option. 3 seconds on the shot clock. The dish. The swipe, and that's gonna be a 24 on Bataan. There has been no space available.
Taking away every option. On a 1 pass away. They couldn't even get to a spray. And again, babalik tayo dun sa point, no? They've been locking that right side of the floor for the Risers, allowing only that left side to operate on.
Eng with the ball.
This will be the pinch. There'll be that handoff. Same action.
Want to go high-low.
Good spray.
Paeng, the fake in the drive. Josh with a floater, and everything is falling on the side of Zamboanga.
And you know what's impressive is despite the defense being all over Zamboanga, they've been very in control. This is one of the few ones that the Risers have actually stayed in control on a good finish inside the paint by Jamil Gabawan.
A rare easy shot.
Indeed.
On the side of the Risers.
Agree. Now this is one-on-one coverage right here.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to player. Visit www.sportsplus.ph.
Now it's got to pick where that ball's going to go. It's going to hand off.
Koray, stop and pop. Lazaro using all his length but stolen from down low. They go middle. Galliano all alone. 4-0 run para dito sa Bataan. Gives them a little life and a little bit more energy. This fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
One of the fewest runs we've seen so far, especially here in the second quarter. A quick 4-point run for the Risers, anchored on good defense.
4-0 run cuts it down to 15, still in favor of Zamboanga.
Ito ang inaabangan talaga year after year because the best of the best are here. At
He wants the crowd to get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Some bad drop.
What a play.
There you go. And that's it.
Oh, my!
Have a new champion this year.
Welcome to the MPBL All-Stars!
This August 29, we bring you the 2026 Sports Plus MPBL All-Star. Live tayo sa Inari Center in Montalban, Rizal. The usuals, the all-executive game, the 3-point shootout, the slam dunk contest. But this year, we add the one-on-one invitational challenge where Fortsky Padrigao will be part of that matchup. Of course, Levy Hernandez has been playing terrific here in today's ball game. Ayan, si Fortsky Padrigao. Coach Mike, so far, talk about the start of Zamboanga here.
Well, again, very forceful, no? And very intentional offense and defense. They have executed with a lot of patience on both sides of the floor. And they are hunting where they have advantage. Right now, they feel that's OTEP. Underneath, indeed, half advantage. Just a couple more dribbles. He's already inside the paint. And that size, that capability to absorb the contact by OTEP Gabayni just gave him that advantage.
Penalty situation yan para sa Bataan. So 2 free throws for OTEP Gabayni.
And that was a perfect read, in my opinion, for Zamboanga. You always want to hunt the very first advantage that you get. And that might just be the best one that you will get on the offensive end.
First free throw is a miss for OTEP.
For about close to double-double ang numbers nito ni OTEP Gabayni. 10 points and 8 rebounds to go with close to 2 assists. He's been that valuable for the Orange men of Zamboanga Sika.
Change of defense here. Suddenly, Zamboanga is playing a zone.
Yeah. Which is what they've been doing actually. Trying to confuse the offense of the Risers. Iba't iba yung pinapakita nila. Handoff. Good
Corner,
pass.
Ibanez. The 3 is long. Gabawan on the putback. Can't get it. Rebound secured by OTEP Gabayni.
Quick screen.
Madrigal looking for his options. Goes cross court. Paeng. Goes to Levy. Trying to snake the spin. Kick out. 6 seconds remaining. Last touch on OTEP Gabayni.
Wow, Paeng Are didn't see Levy Hernandez rising to that arc 3. Very close to him. He first saw OTEP Gabayni. That pass was too sharp. OTEP couldn't handle it.
Minute and 18 remaining here in the second quarter. Nino stops, pops, long.
Oh my, yeah.
Rebounding situation goes to Paeng.
Not getting anything from that side of the floor.
Levy. Could have been a travel on Levy
Yeah, I
there.
know.
3-second violation is called.
I would have to agree with you. I thought that was a travel as well. He jabbed right and then went right.
Timeout muna si Coach Mike Sagigit. Still has a minute remaining to try and cut into the lead because Zamboanga is up by 15.
Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sikreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo.
Live pa rin po tayo sa Kamalig Orion Sports Complex where it is the home arena of the One Bataan Risers. Currently down by 15 points. They have been struggling to start the ball game. It's because of the defense of Zamboanga not allowing anything so far.
Nothing coming easy for the Risers, and all these shifts in defensive coverage is even compounding yung magiging counter nitong Bataan Risers on the offensive end. You're always told that basketball is a game of opposites. So you got to find out how you counter that opposite of the schemes nitong Zamboanga.
Gabawan missing on the first free throw. These are rare opportunities. Free throw story, 3 out of 8 for Bataan. Make that 3 out of 9 for the Risers. Under a minute remaining here in the second quarter.
There's that low split. Handoff.
40 seconds.
Yeah, good coverage by the Risers defensively. anticipating every move. I love that move by Miggy Cortez. You know, not being indecisive. As soon as he got that possession, that rock on his hands, immediately went on what's called a stampede, where you on the catch, you attack the paint. Just good decision right there by Miggy. Oh man. Miggy though has not scored. It's only had one field goal attempt earlier. Finally a free throw.
43-29 is our score with 30 seconds remaining here. Fortsky splits through the defense, goes out to Levy. Triple is short for Levy Hernandez.
How about the activity of Levy Hernandez? Impressive split earlier by Fortsky Padrigao. Maybe fumbled it a little bit, but had that, thinking of tapping that ball over to Levy. Caught it from corner 3, took it, missed offensive rebound, took another shot at it, and then eventually got fouled.
Levy gets the first free throw.
11 points, 4 rebounds on average per game. And when he was playing for Batangas last season, he was the #1 offensive weapon of Coach Cholo, having a usage rate roughly close to 34%. In here, it's close to about 25 to 26, only because he's got other guys helping out, including Brandon Wilson.
16-point lead, a chance for Bataan to cut. Flores goes to Hubert. Hubert on the attack, well defended. Puray with a second remaining, too strong on the throw, and that will end the quarter. A double-digit lead, 16 points ang kalamangan ng Zamboanga.
Zamboanga going on a very strong run, anchored on a good start by Levy Hernandez, who has 13 points, 3 rebounds. He's gone 3 of 6 from 3, and he's been very comfortably active scoring for Zamboanga.
Levy Hernandez, the leading scorer on the side of Zamboanga, leading the way to a 16-point lead heading into halftime.
Mga kaliga, kita-kits tayo sa MPBL All-Star 2026 sa August 29 at Inares Center, Montalban, Rizal. Suportahan niyo ako sa 1v1 Invitational. See you!
Ito ang inaabangan talaga year after year because the best of the best are here. At
He wants the crowd to get into this, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh!
Some mad drop.
What a play.
There you go. And that
Win! Oh my!
have a new champion this year.
Welcome to the MPBL All-Stars!
Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sikreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayan di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag maalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang komunal. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag maalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba, dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat balay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag maalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sikreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo.
Halftime tayo dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Both teams are number 9 in either division, but so far Zamboanga is the one leading in today's ball game. And Coach Mike, we have been nerding out the whole ball game. Why is Zamboanga up by 16?
Well, making shots really has been the tone of the game, you know, lalo na para dito sa Zamboanga where they are shooting, you know, half of their shots really going in. Same amount of attempts, but even better shot making for them from the field. Even the free throws advantage yan para sa Zamboanga. The +4 and 3-point makes, that already alone is an advantage that we're seeing. The turnovers, pretty close, but Zamboanga's been better at, you know, converting them into points. And lastly, when you talk about getting help off the bench, Zamboanga's gotten a lot from that of their bench, almost double the output of bench support para sa kanilang team.
Everybody really chipping in on the side of Zamboanga. Levi Hernandez leading the way. He is coming off the bench. And then the two bigs, Bernabe and Lazaro, combining for 10. The only starter is Brandon Wilson, who has 8. Sa kabilang panig, Josh Galliano trying to keep them alive in today's ball game. 9 points for Josh Galliano, 5 for Alfred, 5 for Chris, and 3 for Tutoy.
And so far for the Risers, of the guys that have actually had multiple shot attempts, it's only Josh Galliano who has shot the ball relatively well from the field, shooting 44%, going 4 of 9. Hubert Cani has been a challenge. He has not made a field goal attempt. He has attempted thrice, one of them from 3, and not connecting so far. Samantalang Zamboanga, you know, you have guys like Levi Hernandez, Brandon Wilson, and matter of fact, even Jason Puray making good from 3.
Coach, what adjustments do you want to see from the One Bataan Risers that you want to see in today's ball game?
Well, I think one, you gotta be more patient in terms of going to your point of attack. Be reading the defense of Zamboanga, like what we mentioned earlier. Paiba-iba yung depensa nitong Zamboanga, giving misfits sa paraan ng mga pag-atake nitong Bataan Risers. And now, here in the second half, they had an opportunity to be more patient and be more deliberate in scoring.
He forced a turnover to start. An offensive rebound by John Mahari, reading the passing lane well there. Fourth goes to Paeng. Doesn't force the issue. Go to Josh. Now with Brandon. Almost a counter steal. Quick swing. Fortsky with the 3.
Oh, yeah.
Good for Fortsky.
Well, that shot looked very comfortable for Fortsky Padrigao. Soon as he received that ball, just let that fly. One of the instances where, you know, a guard like Alfred Flores actually beat the Zamboanga Sika to the middle.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme Water-Protected Speakers. Dive into music with Extreme Speakers.
They are very quick to a decision on the catch, itong Zamboanga. No? I think that's what even puts a lot of pressure on the defense of the Bataan Risers. Immediately on the catch, you gotta move and you gotta be able to cover.
Ives attacks. Hang time will be fouled by John Mahari.
And Mahari pretty much late on that attack. Maybe 2-3 dribbles by Ives Sason going right side.
Ngayon, punta muna tayo kay Miss Daphne Cristobal.
It could be worse here in the second half if Bataan will not surrender in their system. In the dugout, Coach Mike emphasized their struggle in terms of offense. Gusto agad pumuntos, wala sa tamang spot, at nabablanko dun sa several options na meron sila. No one was willing to be a screener nor a passer. He actually encouraged the guys, no, nakasona na yung depensa natin. Dapat ma-prevent na natin yung outside shots na nabubuo na kumpiyansa para sa panig ng Zamboanga. He wrapped up the huddle, encouraging his guys how badly they need this victory. Back to us.
Well, so far, the adjustments yet have not been seen because they have not been able to score, and this could be point number 4 and number 5 for Zamboanga here.
I feel you also got to give credit to the defensive intensity of the Zamboanga Sikat, which is one of the reason, in my opinion, that the Bataan Risers could not get to their usual flow. It's been limited clearly to one-on-one situations.
MANNY Pay, the digital wallet built for the community.
Samantalang on the other side, as you see the coaching staff right there of Zamboanga Sikat, they are very quick to the next action. Itong Zamboanga, not sticking that ball in the hands of one player, really just moving it around.
Josh wants to attack. Galiano can't get it.
Good pull-up.
Best finally a basket for Bataan to start the third quarter.
And you're always most free on the catch. That situation. If Sason caught it, went to that shot.
Fourth, using the screen. Once again, attacks middle. Almost found John Mahari. Ball will stay with Zamboanga.
I always call that twin actions. When you have two successive actions done at the same time, almost very simultaneous. A good screen and a back cut down the baseline by Mahari, almost scoring. A time tough shot for Fortsky Padrigao.
Numbers. Sazon on the trail. Sazon strong. Basket and one para kay Chris Javier.
Now this is the kind of quick thinking that you're gonna need from the Risers. Quick catch on a layup, and then a quick offensive rebound. Nowhere else to go but up. Felt the defense from behind of John Mahari, and Chris Javier earns the bonus free throw.
Chris Javier, only his 5th point and 4th rebound of the game in 10 minutes of play. Missing on the free throw is Chris Javier. The free throws have been a struggle para dito sa Bataan.
Oh yes, it has. And that too is another thing. But thankfully for the Risers, Are was too deep for that shot. Catch and shoot.
Sazon, corner, short. Javier with another offensive rebound, and that's going to be another foul. Is it going to be on John? Ni John Mahari. Pangatlo agad ni John Mahari, all in a quarter.
Yeah.
For John.
Well, at the break, the guys who had multiple fouls for Zamboanga have been Are Bernabe, Fornilos, and Brandon Wilson, all with 2 personal fouls on them. So these are 3 quick ones for John Mahari. And he's not, I don't think he's going to get subbed.
He is going to get warned though. Itong si John Mahari for continuous complaining. LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Good spray.
Corner, fake, stops, pops, short. Javier, the 3rd offensive rebound here in this quarter. Numbers now for Zamboanga. 4 versus 2. Mahari able to finish.
Now, in my opinion, that is how good a point guard with the ball in transition Fortsky Padrigao is. He never let that ball go until he found a teammate that was free underneath.
Lead is back up to 19. Flores on the triple. No go. Baeng secures the rebound. They push the ball. Goes to 4th. Wanted Brandon to cut. Doesn't force anything. Will step on the line is Fortsky Padrigao.
That time, got to give credit to the pressure defense of the Risers. I want you to take a look at this here. He waited for that moment until the ice got turned, and at the back end was that free pass to that good finish.
Well, we got that for the fast break of the game, brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Corner series, quick handoff, nothing in there.
Bad pass by Chris Javier. Brandon Wilson all alone.
Ooh.
Can't get the jam is Brandon Wilson.
But he wanted to stuff that, and rightfully so. Just put in too much muscle. Well, it took off really good. Back rim it though.
Just the position of his hands for that highlight. But the crowd here is reacting. And now the fans of Bataan are getting involved. It's been that kind of a ball game here. Early post, early seal. Javier using his size. Will be 2 free throws for Chris Javier, but the free throw story, Coach Mike, 4 out of 14 para sa Bataan.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier at the break. It was making shots. This is a +8 scoring in that department for Zamboanga. Zamboanga, though, has missed 7 free throws. This guy on the line, has been working really hard in the third quarter. You mentioned already, parang tatlong offensive rebound. He's been active, getting involved inside the paint.
Four out of 15. Make that 5 out of 16. Only a little bit above 30%. Etong Bataan, you don't want that if you want to be able to come back in this ball game.
Right.
They're being challenged by their co-number 9s in the Southern Division.
Even in transition, Zamboanga has that, scheme. If you're gonna be very observant, they get into a quick ball reversal and another 3 right here. This time a flare provided for Paeng Are.
Very basic basketball being played by Zamboanga, yet effective.
There you
Alfred
go.
Flores all the way for the lay.
That one is quickly reading the man that's open. And the area that's open for Alfred Flores to quick attack.
Fortsky, corner 3 is no good.
I feel they're gonna need the speed of Robbie Darang and Alfred Flores in this game right now if you're the Risers.
Well, something new, this 3-point guard lineup is going to be put in by Bataan while they play a zone. It's going to be a little bit more quick. Fortsky taking his time. Fortsky goes to Brandon Wilson. A lot of space. Long.
Got like quick to transition here.
Alfred speeding things up. Alfred with a cross. Can't shake off itong si Robin Ronyo. Punta sila ito kay Tutoy Ramirez. Goes to Miggy Corteza. Backdoor not available. Everything is closed.
I know.
Darang to Tutoy.
Everybody's
8 on the shot
covered.
clock. Tutoy with the drive. Tutoy able to finish.
Much as the Risers are scoring, it's been almost one-on-one situation. Find a way to score if you have the ball.
So 2 points, but not the easiest of twos. Para dito. Fortsky to
One
Levy.
more pass, yeah.
Robin goes corner. Wilson open on the 3. Strong.
Well,
Chance for the Risers to cut into the lead further.
this is where they have to make them pay.
Darang on the fake. Good recovery by Fortsky. Go to Tutoy Ramirez. They want to go down low.
Oh, it was late.
High-low action. Pass too low. It ends up with Levy.
Can get up.
For the jump.
3-second
They'll
violation.
call it 3. A little action here. Konting pizikalan. And a few words are being given by Chris Javier and Inan Fornilos.
Well, Chris Javier is heavily invested here in the third quarter, and he's been exerting a lot of effort. And surely he did not like that little, battle for the loose ball as Inan Fornilos completely laid on top of Chris Javier.
Oh, ginawang kama. Si Chris Javier. Chris Javier not liking that.
Yeah. At saka mabigat rin yung karga niya, Inan
Oo,
Fornilos.
nilagay ni Inan Fornilos yung kanyang buong weight
Buong weight yeah.
sa katawan ni Chris Javier.
Parang si si big man na nilagyan mo ng a lot of weight on the floor. Imagine that full gravity.
Chris Javier, 6 points and 6 rebounds here.
And they're gonna review this maybe for some tech, I don't know. But again, when it's yung manner of transition, I saw this very early in the third quarter on the quick, I think 3-4 runs of Zamboanga. they have not just been doing what's called an early pitch ahead when you advance the ball. They are doing an early pitch ahead to the other side of the floor. Clearly confusing yung defensive transition nitong Bataan Risers. As soon as they get to the other side of the floor, you've got that wing and that weak side corner, leaving that one guy to cover two men. And he has to make a decision whether he covers the wing or he covers the corner.
Still waiting for the decision of our referees right now. Chris Javier leading his case with Coach Mike Sagigit.
Possession arrow is pointing one Bataan Risers.
At saka nagiging challenge din sa sa Bataan Risers. Yun nga, almost one-on-one yung nagiging
It is a double technical foul between number 27, Chris Javier, his first. And on number 18, Inan Fornilos, his fourth foul, both for unsportsmanlike behavior.
Double technical ang mabibigay kay Inan Fornilos saka kay Chris Javier. Pero mas masakit yan para kay Inan because that will be the fourth foul for Inan Fornilos, forcing them to sub him out.
Well, might hurt them because apang-apat na yan ni Inan. But as I look at the bench of Zamboanga, they have still a plethora of players available on that position. You have Paul Turco, you have Reg Gabat,
Otep Gabayni. Deep pass. Ball stays with Bataan, but that was a dangerous decision there by the Risers.
Too concentrated right around the corner.
Alfred one-on-one, trying to dance with Fortsky. Goes to Robbie Darang. Robbie the fake. Shot is strong. Javier on the battle for the rebound. Goes to Levy.
Almost feels like solo sa rebounding battle itong si Chris Javier para sa Risers.
And the Risers sticking with that three-point guard lineup here. Fortsky with the speed. Fortsky to Levy. Wing three. Specialty off the house for Levy Hernandez.
You get a Fortsky Padrigal to claim the baseline on a drive. He has immediately that sense of spraying to the weak side wing or that corner three.
Chris Javier now with a different guy with him. See, it's Fortsky.
Yeah, you look at that. He faked off the pass to the corner, but clearly that was that 45 wing three for Levy Hernandez that was most available only because Alfred Flores got tempted to help down on that drive by Fortsky.
Penalty situation para dito sa Zamboanga, so that will mean 2 free throws for Chris Javier. This free throws brought to you by Extreme, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
20% from three. Ang Bataan Risers, 31% from the free throw line. Might arguably be the two highest points per possession opportunity to score for the Bataan Risers, and they have not shot the ball very well.
They're also 36% in total in terms of field goal compared to the 46 of Zamboanga. 0 out of 2 for Chris Javier.
That is right. Matter of fact, in the first half alone, points per possession for Zamboanga is 1.14, which is pretty high, while limiting Risers to only 0.75. That is pretty low.
Mike pressured hard. Goes to Levy, only has 6 on the clock. Dave goes to Robin, sees the clock, but Robin Ronyo finds a way. Lead is back up to 23.
They have made 4 3-pointers in the third quarter to none by the Risers.
Unlucky for Tutoy Ramirez. He is at the right place at the right time.
And all of those 4 threes have been from this third quarter.
61 to 40. Still 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Robin. Brandon. Brandon defended by Miguel Corteza. They're going to go back to Robin Ronyo. 5 on the clock. Robin with the drive, the kick, extra pass.
Wow.
Wilson wide open for the 3.
The offense of the Zamboanga team As you see, 3 right there in the corner for Alfred Flores. He's been the best guy making shots from there. I go back to the offense of Zamboanga. You generate 2 closeouts, you definitely have the offense and the defense beat.
Alfred Flores forcing a turnover there. Maracuma subbing in for Robbie Darang. Robbie has been struggling to this ball game.
Yes, that was the point I was trying to drive at. A couple of closeouts by Mickey and Alfred Flores, and it was just a one more pass over to Brandon Wilson. Too easy a shot.
Quick answer though on the other end
From Alfred.
from Alfred Flores. Here he is with the basketball.
Nice pass.
Miggy Corteza will be bumped by Dave Bernabe.
One of the few times when you felt that Zamboanga Sika defense was a little bit maybe lazy, for the lack of a better term. Only because that pass got swiftly to the hands of Miggy Corteza.
One guy we haven't really seen a lot today's ball game, itong si Reg Gabat.
Yes.
Not seen a lot of action. The free throw struggles continue here. And what's interesting, Coach, is that this is where they train.
I know.
Stream ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
It should be advantage to them. To your point, this is a 14-point, a 21-point lead where you miss 13 free throws. Should be closer than it is.
Point lead in favor of Zamboanga. Marcuma trying to pressure hard. Go down to Josh.
Oh,
the spin is strong for Josh Lazaro. Foul on Reg Gabat will give 2 free throws for Josh Galliano.
I gotta give credit to the effort of Josh Galliano. He's one of those guys that has been consistent on multiple shot attempts in the first half, where he goes 4 of 9 for a 44% shooting clip, and now he goes through the line.
Chances for Bataan to inch closer, but parang at this point, Coach, parang mas nakakatakot pag nafa-foul sila.
Oh, parang yun pa mas gusto ng ng Zamboanga, only because they have not shot the ball very well from the line. And that is, in the scheme of analytics, the easiest points per possession, the free throw line.
Oh, they're seeing a push there, but the referee not calling a foul gives the whole reaction to the crowd. Gabat on the 3. Nothing there. Wilson on the offensive rebound. Hubert Cani wants to attack early. Flores.
That's the pass.
Sila, Josh Galliano on the middle. That high-low foul will be called on Josh Lazaro on a pull.
They have really, for the most part, Zamboanga, top-siding yung yung offense ng ng Risers. Getting in the line between the offensive player and the ball.
Free throws good for Miggy. Tama, Coach, yung crowd napapapalakpak na sa free throw ngayon.
Oo nga.
Kasi parang bihira ang pagpasok. 3 points in total for Miggy Corteza.
Sa malalim na Tagalog ng ating mga kaibigan taga Bulacan, katulad ni Direk Freddy, malaka-laka. Diba?
Tama. Ito, offensive rebound, mapupunta. But it loses Miggy Corteza. Lazaro puts the ball on the floor, gives it up to Brandon Wilson, who hesitates and drives. Brandon bump basket bonus for Brandon Wilson. But a technical will be called on Brandon Wilson.
But as soon as we see this replay, we couldn't see the entire floor, but that middle lane of the floor was pretty much open. Everybody was outside and free for a strong finisher inside the paint like Brandon Wilson to create a shot and a finish. Unfortunately, you can't celebrate to your opponent.
So basket and one is good for Brandon Wilson, but the technical will be called for that shout. Can't do it on a face.
Yeah.
Still, Brandon Wilson, though, 17 points already in the ball game.
Well, he's got 3 personals now to see Brandon Wilson.
8 out of 25 on the free throw line.
And 2 of 6 from 3.
Wilson completes a 3-point play. Coach Mike Sagikit still has not found his magic 5 that can get them a comeback.
Oh, this zone is slowing down the Risers. That's the pass.
Flores on the corner. Double foul will be called on John Mahari and Miggy Corteza.
And one thing that's parang hindi negotiable yung rebounding talaga para dito sa Zamboanga eh. Maybe a +3 advantage in terms of rebounds right now for Bataan Risers, but Zamboanga showing a lot of activity inside the paint, you know, locating the nearest guy. Matter of fact, you can see at certain instances where they tag high and not allowing very quick, you know, defensive rebounding for the Risers.
69-46, a minute remaining in the third quarter. Hand off to Reg. Barkuma with a steal. Goes to Hubert, goes back to Barkuma, goes out to Chito Jaime. 3 is good for Chito Jaime.
No, they are gonna need those shot makes.
Chito Jaime taps it out. They pressure Reg on the fader. Strong for Reg. Rebound goes to Alfred Flores. Can they go quick? Chito, can he go back to back? Corner 3, short. Barkuma keeps it alive. A foul will be called.
Well, that time, Zamboanga Sikat getting a dose of their own medicine. In that instance, rebounding, it was Joey Barkuma who tagged high on that rebound, pushing inside the paint. Ito si Reg Gabat clearing that space for that long rebound.
It's now a mental game in terms of free throw, Coach
That's
Mike.
right. That is right.
Kahit yung mga usual na nakakashoot, hirap na rin. Zero out of 2. Ball is loose. Barkuma pressuring the basketball.
Good pressure.
From the back. Ball is loose once again. It's going to be a foul. I think it's going to be Barkuma with 2 free throws.
So far, Barkuma's been the difference maker right here. In how many possessions now?
They will review this because he got hit on the nose. Etong si Joey Barkuma.
And by the looks of it, it seems that Joey Barkuma has the number of Reg Gabat so far. Reg had a shot earlier where he was underneath, pretty much had height advantage over Joey, missed it because of the defense. You know, but in relentless na activity, there you go. That was that straight hit on the face. I think that's gonna be unspo. Yeah.
Joey Barkuma seems to be okay. Oh, they're putting ice on his face. Ang tanong dito is, who will be shooting the free throws for the Risers?
Well, the best shot maker from the line so far for them is Miggy Corteza, who's shooting 50%, 3 of 6. Or maybe even Alfred Flores is 2 of 3.
They choose Nino Ibanez to shoot the free throws. Good for Nino on the first free throw. This will also mean ball possession para dito sa Bataan. 1 of 2.
So they bring back Alfred Flores back.
Now we've already been interested with the 4-point guard lineup. Coach, with the 3. Now this is a 4-point guard lineup
Yeah.
para sa Risers.
With the only big being
Chito Jaime.
Chito Jaime.
And on the clock, Hubert on the drive. Hubert
Oh my.
loses the ball. Sees a cutter in Alfred Flores. Hits the board. Full court pressure here. Paeng cross alone. Goes to Josh Lazaro.
They got time.
5 remaining. Fortsky jumper is no good. Tap and thrown. And that will end the quarter, Coach Mike. Better finish from Bataan, but still the lead is with Zamboanga, up 17. One guy who played terrific in that quarter, Brandon Wilson.
Yeah, indeed. And playing it on both sides of the ball. 16 points, rebounds in there, 5 of 11 from the field. He's just been very active. If it's not threes, it's attacks down the paint where he has no problem finishing.
Ito ang inaabangan talaga year after year because the best of the best are here. At
He wants the crowd to get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Some mad drop.
What a play.
There you go. And that win!
Oh my!
Have a new champion this year.
Welcome to the MPBL All-Stars.
The starters for our Southern Division, Jean Normal, Mark Meneses, Sed Manzano, Nick Caballero, and Hesed Gabo. Strong starting 5 on the side of the South, while for the North, David Defonso, Raven Gonzalez, Orlan Mamor, Kimani Ladi, and Warlo Batak.
Oh, very interesting set of starters for both divisions. Hesed Gabo teaming up with Mark Meneses, Nick Caballero. Oh, wow.
That's all we can say, Coach. Oh, wow. Commissioner Emerson Oreta, Sir Sadri Lubit. First shot is good right away for Alfred Flores.
That is definitely something that they gotta do. They gotta be quick to an attack. That is
Early foul though on Tutoy Ramirez.
that is a foul on Tutoy Ramirez. Now the big question here is that even if this gets to a free throw shooting game, Bataan's gotta make their free throws. That's the challenge. They played for 3 quarters. Forsky got called for a tech.
This was the denial.
Yun yung hatak eh. Oh. You can't do that.
Tapos yun yung tinawagan ng technical.
Yep.
Lead is down to 14 here.
Oh,
Kick
man.
out, open for 3. Short. Tutoy now trying to run. Tutoy. Tutoy all the way. Fouled down low by Paeng.
You see both those actions that we saw very early. Both are transition. The key difference with Zamboanga is that they've got spots outside field. Side of Bataan Risers, it was almost one-on-one, a single generated transition focused on this guy right here, Tutoy Ramirez.
The highest percentage free throw shooter is using the board
Oh, I know.
in Tutoy Ramirez.
Opa style.
Opa Tutoy goes 1 out of 2. Masyadong malakas. But Tutoy able to keep it alive. Slowly but surely, Coach, there is life here in Bataan.
Yeah, this is just a 13-point game from a high of 24. And Zamboanga has only led, Risers have only led once.
Miss though from Ives. Ball is loose, goes to Chito. Tutoy kicks it to an opponent.
Now they gotta review this.
Sumobra lang sa gigil itong Bataan.
Yeah. But they gotta keep their poise because they are right now on a good run. And they just have to keep their poise. They have, in a way, slowed down very early itong Zamboanga into getting into any point of attack. Two guys give and take here.
Flores and Haeng.
Yeah. Those who have been...
Oh, these guys are competitors.
I know.
Very fierce competitors. Mutual respect. Nagkamaya naman na yung dalawa. And these two might be on the smaller scale. But in terms of heart, napakalaki ng laban itong dalawang ito. Turnover, Tutoy gets the two. Coach J.R. Carlos is forced into a timeout. The crowd here at the Kamalig Orion Sports Complex is starting to feel the energy. They have cut this down to 11.
And what you have to admire is that this really starts defensively for the Risers. Not allowing any easy inbounds, picking that up off that deflect, and Tutoy Ramirez again scoring for the Risers.
Seal the game brought to you by Extreme Boom 3 Waterproof Speaker, Unstoppable Sound, Ultimate Power. Timeout is called by Zamboanga.
Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sikreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
Well, so far, Zamboanga has not made a field goal after that Brandon Wilson floater right around the minute 18 of remaining in the third quarter. Well, that's going to be another foul.
It's going to be team foul number 4 right away on Bataan, and we are only 40 seconds into the fourth quarter, so they have to be careful here. Ramirez almost getting a steal here. They cross the ball. Josh attacks early, goes to Paeng. Fortsky open. Doesn't decide to shoot. Goes to Jason Puray. Puray defended by Tutoy. Trying to shake him off.
Ooh. They had Zamboanga close to the half-court line with very little space. Unfortunately, a foul got called.
This will put Bataan in penalty already. Lazar makes a first free throw. Pressure has been good, Coach Mike. Kaso meron lang mga ilang instances na nanggigigil itong Bataan.
It's a matter of composure na yun. No? Gusto mo humabol pero you gotta stay poised. That ball's gonna go over to the Risers.
It is 12. Chance for the Risers to cut it to 10 or even single digits with a 3. Alfred.
That's the shot.
Pick and pop. Fakes by Chito Jaime.
That's good.
Chito open for the 3. Lead is down to 9.
Better reads, better decision making. matching the energy on the defensive side itong Risers.
Yet another foul on the side of the Risers. They are in penalty.
Yeah, I think you're going to be fine with that so long as you're providing that disruptive energy. Nice shot fake by Chito Jaime, one of the best at taking shots despite a defender closing out.
Eight minutes and 37. Bataan is knocking on the door. Free throw is good though. In terms of free throw shooting, it's much better on the side of Zamboanga.
That is right. Matter of fact, you know, to Bataan's favor, they've closed the gap. Kanina, ang laki ng difference niyan. Ngayon, it's only 3 points separating in terms of free throw makes.
And pay the digital wallet, good for the community. Lead goes back up to double digits. 11-point lead. High ball screen. Pick and drive and kick, sorry. Anyway, Bañez cuts it down to 8.
Remember when we talked about how transition was being ran by Zamboanga? Now it's the Risers doing that. They've got that corner filled on that middle drive by Alfred Flores. Who's to check Nino Ibanez? Nobody. Defense came in late and Nino knocked it down.
Ito ang inaabangan talaga year after year because the best of the best are here. At
He wants the crowd to get into this, ladies and gentlemen. That drop.
What a play.
There you go. And that win.
Oh, my!
Have a new champion this year.
Welcome to the MPBL All-Stars.
The biggest lead of the ball game was all the way up to 24 points in favor of Zamboanga, but the home team not giving up. They have cut this down to 8.
And they refuse to fold up at home. Yan ang mahalaga para dito sa Risers. Anyway, Zamboanga's been slowed down.
Line side. Almost a steal. Can't get it. Levy wants the one-on-one against Nino. Goes to Brandon. Ikot dito kay Fortsky. Two-man game. Fortsky against Chito.
That's
It's
a foul.
gonna be another foul on a swipe attempt.
Yeah, as soon as they got that switch, Chito Jaime was in a lot of problems. Only because Fortsky Padrigao knows how to break down a defender right in front. If you recall earlier, he drove down on the baseline, ball fake on the corner, but passed it to the weak side wing for that three earlier by Brandon Wilson. But thankfully for the Risers, Fortsky misses the front end of the two free throws.
What is with these rings, coach? Why are these teams struggling with their free throws?
And the thing is, they're taking turns. Kanina, Risers ngayon naman.
Parang
Zamboanga.
may, parang may takip. 1 of 2
Yeah.
for Fortsky. 73-64, still 8 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Nino, Alfred, Ives drives corner. Ives strong on the shot. Jaime can't tap it to a friend.
Ooh. Price seems hurt.
Price down, holding onto his elbow.
He got into contact on that battle for the rebound with Chito Jaime.
Zamboanga is saying that there was an elbow that was given by a player. Tingnan ulit natin dito. This was Sazon on the jumper. That box out situation, yun, bago pa yun. They're saying that Chito Jaime gave an elbow to Jason Puray. Angle was a little far, but it's Up to the referees to decide.
And the Risers are shooting excellently here in the fourth quarter. They are 4 out of 6 from the field. And allowing only 1 shot attempt for Zamboanga, which they missed roughly around the 3-point area. Couple of threes for Bataan Riser and a couple of buckets inside the paint.
Coach, what did Bataan do right for them to be able to come back?
I think matching the energy on the defensive side of the floor. That's where it really started. It did not really start off with good offensive execution. But, you know, one might say, maganda yung movement. Kanina parang halos one-on-one, find your way to create a shot. But here we saw twice a spray on corner shooters. Lalo na yung pagkakabigay kanina kay Nino Ibanez, to which I felt Alfred Flores did the right decision to get a paint touch and then spray it out over to Nino. Our officials right there trying to discuss. This is just a what? 9-point game?
9-point lead.
Yeah. Haba pa.
To the viewers who just tuned in, the biggest lead of this ball game was all the way up to 24 in favor of Zamboanga.
And one of our viewers is Ken Pangilinan na nagulat na bumaba na yung lamang.
Yung ano lang napakain ka lang,
Oo.
napabanyo ka lang ng saglit.
Ha?
Di ba? Yun,
Ang
magugulat ka na lang bigla eh.
23 Jason Buray for delaying the game.
And the warning actually goes to Jason Puray for delay of game.
They say it's parang flop.
Yes.
Yeah, in a way.
Again, full court press will be deployed here by the Risers.
And definitely Zamboanga not liking that call a bit. This is where they've been having problems. Oh!
Turnover is forced once again by Tutoy Ramirez. Tutoy has been able to force a lot of steals in the past few plays to cut this down to 7. Fortsky wants to slow things down. They still have a big lead. Fort, the drive. Fort hesitation, the step back. Fort on the 3. No count, travel on Fortsky Padrigao.
Ooh. I'd be interested to see that. I thought that was a good step back. See that again.
Could have been a lift there.
Yeah, could have been a lift.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was a
fair enough.
Sharp eyes by the referee. Uy, dudulas ang bola kay Chito Jaime.
And the reason that we say it's fair enough because we don't have a 0 step in the MPBL. It's a 1-2.
Scoring this quarter, Coach Mike, plus 10 in favor of the Risers.
That's right. And better shot making also. Only 1 shot attempt limited to Zamboanga so far.
Paeng
Solo side. 1-on-1.
wants to dance with Chito Jaime. Step back for Paeng. Tough shot. Tutoy once again securing the rebound.
You gotta get points now.
Alfred pushing the cross. Gives it to the other side. Chito Jaime fires early. Short for Chito Jaime. Rebounded by Brandon Wilson. Numbers. Paeng almost losing it. That's going to be a foul on Nevisazon.
I gotta take it easy now. Calmer heads gotta get in there if you're the Risers. You are doing a heck of a job trying to come back here. You brought this down to 7 from a high of 24.
Bataan is trying to clear some things here.
Well, sayang yung 3-point shot na yon para kay Chito Jaime. He was, pretty much open. He made a couple of from there earlier.
Can be foul number 8 on the side of Zamboanga. They've given a lot of free throws for Zamboanga Sikat. Paingare steady. Always on the free throw line. Gets the first. Has 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists to his name. Very close to his usual numbers. 1 out of 2. Josh Galliano on a foul. Pretty bad box out coming from Josh Galliano. And it only took a few seconds for Josh Galliano because that's going to be number 5 on Josh.
Ayun ang sayang. Because Josh Galliano coming in would have been a perfect, situation for him.
And now it's Zamboanga's turn to struggle on the line. They are also 17 out of 27. 1 for 2. Married by Brandon Wilson. Lead is still 9. Cross court. Sazon fires. Same result. They're forcing that left wing 3. Field goals this quarter, Coach Mike. Zamboanga has not scored a field goal.
Yes. And they've had only 2 attempts. This should be the third one, though. This will be the third one.
Brandon Wilson, finally a field goal. Extends the lead back up to 12.
Well, if you are to quantify the effort of the Risers on the defensive side, allowing only 3 shot attempts and 1 make this quarter, almost 4 minutes gone by, is already huge credit to the Risers.
Tutoy trying to answer with a triple of his own, and that 3 will count. An unsportsmanlike will be called on Jamil Gabawan.
Now, that shot should count. But the unspo step back. Oh yeah, no question.
That was a swing.
No question. That might even be disqualifying. That was a huge windup.
Gabawan is saying that something he was not liking. Might be a pull on the side of Jason Puray. But that swing was obvious on Jamil Gabawan. 2 for 2 para dito kay Jason Puray.
Sure looked like parang clothesline na no? May wind up eh.
Jason Puray has been getting into the heads of a lot of players here. He is doing his role well.
And the thing is, it's not his long hair.
Iba pa yun.
Iba pa yun.
Oh, nice fake handoff here. Tutoy on the switch. Paeng.
There you go.
Cross court. Wilson wide open for the 3. 2 triples here. Extends the lead back up to 14.
For the second time in this game, 2 closeouts in succession has hurt the Risers, leaving Brandon Wilson this time the other side of the floor. Kanina, wing 3. Ngayon naman, corner 3. Same situation, all Brandon Wilson.
Ready na ba kayo sa final twist? Endgame na ba talaga si Bora at Ada? O may one last twist pa bago ang happy ending? Twist of Fate season finale on August 28, Friday at 8 p.m. only on Solar Flix. Solar Flix is seen on Sky Channel 16, Signal Channel 21, Cable Link Channel 33, and DTT Channel 21 in Metro Manila.
Tingin ko hindi pa endgame yan kay Bora at kay Ada. Kasi nakikita ko mahal ni Bora si Ada eh.
Nako, updated.
May mga pagkakataon
Si Coach
na
Mike.
yung sulyap sa gilid, lalo na pag nasa opisina sila.
Yan.
Diba?
Coach, malalaman natin yan sa Biyernes.
Yan.
Kaya tune in ang lahat.
Correct.
Tutoy on the drive. Tutoy left hand. In and out. Gabawan put back. 2 free throws for Jamil Gabawan.
This is a quarter, actually, in my opinion, being won by Bataan Risers. More shot attempts, more makes, controlling the boards. However, free throw though. They miss once again.
Make that 11 out of 33, coach.
Yep.
They're only down by 14. 1 of 2 for Jamil Gabawan. Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Sportsky has been doing a heck of a job in controlling this offense. And then Brandon Wilson has been doing a great job in making the baskets. Sportsky, the float is short. Rebounding battle goes to Jamil. Alfred gets the basketball. Alfred speaks up, pushed by Paengare.
That one's using his head. Ito si Alfred Flores. Went left side of the floor. Thought he had a space in there that he can beat the defender. Went in there, understanding na naiwan na siya, tulak na lang ang solusyon doon.
First free throw is good for Alfred Flores. 4 minutes and 48 still remaining in the ball game. Still a good chance for Bataan. They want a comeback, but two things. They have to be able to make their free throws and they have to be able to stop fouling. The free throw story, Coach Mike.
Yeah, so much better free throw shooting for Bataan, pero kita mo pa rin yung diferensya. Oh. Jamil in it again.
There was a foul call. I didn't see if it was on Jamil or it was on Brandon.
This feels like a playoff.
I know.
And we are getting a treat.
It's an early preview, but these are from two different divisions. Review ulit tayo dito.
Ako yan ang gustong-gusto ko na nag-aaral ako review.
Yan ang
Preparasyon para sa test, syempre.
kasi ako nakikinig na ako sa teacher eh.
Ganun ba?
Kaya
So no need to review. Oh my
ang
God.
puhunan ko yun, Coach, ay
Ano?
sleep.
Yes. Well rested when you take the test.
Parang iisipin mo, kung mag-all-nighter ako, makaka-focus ba ako bukas?
Tama
Hindi.
naman.
Mag-sleep na lang ako.
Tama naman.
Naku, baka may mga estudyanteng nakikinig sa atin ngayon.
Hindi, kailangan mag-review.
Kailangan nyo mag-review.
Kailangan kombinasyon ng mag-review at magpahinga.
So was it, I think it was a double foul. I think it was a double foul called.
Yeah, I think it is.
So possession arrow will go to the side of Zamboanga. A foul will be called on both Brandon Wilson and Jamil Gabawan. 4 minutes and 48 remaining in the ball game.
May input si Ken tungkol dun sa pagre-review.
Ano?
Si Daphne raw, merong nagre-review ng listahan ng mga lalaitin ng kaklase.
Hindi na ako nagulat dyan. Hindi na ako nagulat dyan. Kita mo pa lang yung ngiti ni Daphne, alam mo nang may sasabihin.
Nice steal.
Flores!
Ooh.
Almost getting another steal there. Still 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Now, you have to love the activity defensively of the guards. Now, I think this really started with Tutoy Ramirez being very, active, matching the energy of their opponents. And right now, he's leading the way.
4-point guards on the lineup right now of Bataan. Paeng sees an opening. Paeng fires short. Hubert goes for the rebound. Trying to run early. Hubert attacks.
That's the shot.
Corner 3, Tutoy. Can't get it.
Wow.
It's a good shot though.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
Paeng wants to slow it down. One-on-one against Tutoy. Trying to dance. Tutoy staying in front. Paeng. Travel on Paeng.
Yeah. One might even say, I love how Paeng has been attacking the paint. But that time around, I thought there was another guy right there in the short corner. You know, you can't go that deep because you're technically bringing in a second defender to stop your drive. They go on a little 3-2 zone right now.
Trying to close down on any available three-pointer here.
There's a spray.
Flores, driving
That's
kick.
it.
Ibanez on the three, still can't get it. Ball is tapped. Chito, second try, labas kay Hubert, swing. Hubert on the corner, another three. Still can't make it, is Bataan. That's 3 straight misses.
But they had their looks. Those were a couple of really good looks.
Door slowly shutting down on the risers. Fortsky wants to give it to Paeng. Balik dito kay Fortsky using his speed. Fortsky out to Levy. Levy just a little space. Short. Ball is stopped. Ball will go to the side of Zamboanga. Oh, sorry, no. Ball will go to Bataan.
Are they gonna ask for a review? No, they're not.
Well, they do have a challenge though. Hindi lang ginamit ni Coach JR.
That's right.
Let's see if finally Bataan can make a basket here. Tutoy is playing the big.
Take it too long here.
Flores to Nino to Chito. Fires is Chito long. Once again, that's another miss on the side of Bataan. Fortsky using his time here.
They're gonna space that floor once again. Look at that. They're trying to get to the post. Oh, and that's a double foul.
Coach Mike does have a challenge if he wants to use it.
I think he should. Because I felt Alfred Flores was really trying to front Levy Hernandez.
Which ended in a push.
Yeah, which ended in a push. Because they've been doing that kanina pa, on that 2 side of the floor where you have the ball right around the high quadrant or that high wing, and you have Levy Hernandez in the corner. If that defense stays attached, he's going to pull them in on the low block.
Okay, because it's a double foul, it will end in a jump ball situation. Ball goes aside of
All right.
So that prompted Coach Mike not to use the challenge.
Yeah.
Kahit si Alfred Coach challenge, Coach challenge. Biglang sabi ni Coach, atin ang bola. How many fouls does Alfred have? Flores has only 2 fouls.
Yep. And one thing that the Risers have really... Yeah, it's a jump ball, possession arrow over to the Risers. One thing that the Risers have done well is to shut down those open lanes.
Nino, the driving kick. They go corner to Alfred. Pushed once again by Brandon Wilson. Okay, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna be the 5th foul of Brandon Wilson.
Right.
So that's 1 less scorer on the side of Zamboanga. Wilson will end the ball game with 23 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals, while shooting 4 out of 8 from downtown. The question is, where will Zamboanga look for their offense here?
The Risers now really have to do what's called a multiply, where you score and you defend very quick, so that you not allow very easy scoring opportunities for Zamboanga.
Paeng will play point here. Paeng, high ball screen with Jason.
Ooh.
That's going to be a charge on Jason Coray.
Remember we discussed this a couple of games ago when you and I were covering. There has to really be clear communication between the handler and the screener. Otherwise, you might get caught up in that situation.
This play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Again, you're just down 9. Still a lot of time. Score quick here. This will be a 2-possession game.
They go back here. They're looking for the corner exit.
Yep.
Ives shows. Ives with a jumper. Ives can't cut it. Loose ball goes to Nino Ibanez. Nino, drive is good.
Wise decision.
7-point lead here.
They didn't need a three. They have been missing from there. Go for the quick one. Oh, foul.
A push on Alfred Flores.
There was that tap. Nino decides against it. Went inside without a rim protection. Just an easy finish for Nino Ibanez. 3 orange shirts right in there. And Fortsky might not be the right guy to foul. He's missed only once from the line.
10 points and 5 assists for Fortsky Padrigao, but the stability that he offers,
Yeah.
that's really where he is at best.
He's played almost the entire game except for, what, 3 minutes.
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book
man.
of the MPBL. Alfred Flores making this a ball game.
Now that completely changes everything because this is now a 2-possession game. You defend very well, you get a good stop, and then you have an opportunity to score on the end. That was going to be an offensive foul.
Alfred Flores doing it both on the offensive and defensive end. Ball goes back to the Risers.
Well, to Alfred Flores' credit, he stuck with him. No, not leaving him, not giving up, not telling another guy to help out and peel off. He stayed with him.
85 to 79. Low post. Chito.
Oh, you got to get out of there.
They wanted to go to the flare. No, nothing available. Nino. One-on-one. The cross. The drive. Nino Ibanez. Layup is strong. Ball stays with Bataan, but this is under 2 minutes. They can review this.
Yeah. If this ends up,
This was the 3 earlier by Alfred Flores. And then on the next play, forcing a charge on Fortsky Padrigao.
well, that is where I feel maybe a little bit more, maybe for the lack of a better term, maturity on the side of Fortsky Padrigao to just cross the ball from the half court and set the table because you're definitely up. This drive, we'll see who touched it last.
Very
Oh,
close.
Very close.
Very close.
Very close.
Very close.
Turco might have tipped it, but it sure looked like may last second na ano,
I think that's Kalisay.
Kalisay, sorry. There's that last second
Oo,
topic.
kung ang titignan mo dyan, coach, kung nag-iba yung angulo eh. Di ba? Diyan papasok ang physics
Oo.
at ang
Parang-
biology.
Parang yung kay Bora at kay Ada.
Yan,
Nagpapalit
tama.
ng angulo eh.
Magkakaroon pa nga ba ng twist of fate? Malalaman natin yan.
Malalaman
ngayong
natin. Biyernes ba?
Paniguradong mga update dyan. Si Ken Pangilinan, mahilig sa mga love ano yan eh.
Ganon.
Sa mga love series. Okay, the ball will go to the side of Zamboanga.
Yes.
So there seems to be a little change of angle. Chito Jaime touched it last.
Important thing is to get the ball inbounds.
Fortsky wants to cross it a lot more safer.
I like to think he's...
pressured.
Ooh!
Ibanez off the back. Fortsky pushes it. And there will be a foul on a black shirt.
That's a foul.
I think they already stopped calling it a travel when the players dive on the floor.
That's right. And he wasn't touching, he was not holding on to the ball. The ball was loose. He was trying to grab control of it. And you know, other teams are surely watching this match, including Coach Warren Capitan of Batangas.
Especially because Zamboanga is in the Southern Division, who might be in the play-in.
That's right.
There may be a chance that it may be the cross.
Well, we always say that right now some of the bottom teams are in a situation where they must win as much as they can. But for the scouts, scout as much as you can because you want to figure out how they play the game.
Bataan using one of their final 2 timeouts with 1 minute and 22 remaining in the ballgame.
Sa bawat laro, may kasama ka. Sa lahat ng hamon, may backup ka. Kasangga sa lahat. Kasabay na aangat. Dahil sa bawat pagsubok, di ka nag-iisa. Sa bawat galaw, may puntos ka. At lahat dapat sama-sama. Kaya sa labang hanggang dulo, pusong palaban ang sikreto. Sports Plus MPBL. Tatak panalo.
A minute and 22 remaining here in the ball game. 3-possession ball game. Flores, well read by Levy Hernandez on the elevator. And an early foul is called on Bataan.
It's just, parang haba pa nito. Minute 15, you're down, what? 7 points. They immediately went to that elevator, did not involve a secondary action, which, in my opinion, might have made it easier for the defense to cover them. So John Mahari now is going to go to the line. But so far, the Risers have actually outscored itong Zamboanga here in the second half, 50-41.
Mahari called off the bench after getting 3 early fouls in the third quarter. Ngayon lang ulit binalik itong si John Mahari.
Yeah, and he's now 1 out of 3. And I don't think we've seen so much of Otep Gabayni in this game. Otep has only played, how many? I think not even 8 minutes.
1 for 2. 8-point ball game in favor of Zamboanga. Alfred goes to Nino. Gonna go to Tutoy. Down low, Chito Jaime able to seal too deep. Balik pa rin ang bola para dito sa Bataan. Tutoy with the drive. Tutoy will be fouled by John Mahari.
And this has gone back. Toto is holding on to his left ankle.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
A perfect find by Fortsky Padrigao.
Tutoy Ramirez is shaken up here.
That was one of Fortsky's 5 assists. Well, Tutoy Ramirez at that moment really had to find a way to create a shot for Zamboanga, for his team, because Zamboanga has been plugging all the options that's next to him. No one player was free at the moment of his drive. And so he had to make that decision.
With that miss, the free throw story extends to 16 out of 39.
Yeah.
For the Risers, I'm sure Coach Mike Sagigit will be talking about the free throw story in today's ball game.
We have had 76 free throws in this game.
Another point guard will be subbing in. Fresh is Joey Barcuma. Tingnan natin kung kaya pa niyang magbigay ng panibagong buhay. Para dito, a push will be called on Alfred Flores.
And better spacing in terms of baseline out of bounds from the back para dito sa Zamboanga Sikat. 2-possession game. A little under a minute remaining. Risers still got a shot at this.
Alfred Flores will now foul out of the ball game, so that will mean 1 less offensive firepower.
Yeah.
Alfred Flores finishes the game with
21 points.
21 points, there you go. 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists
Yeah.
for Alfred Flores. He is also +4. The highest on the side. Sorry, dalawa pala sila. Nino Ibanez is +9 whenever he is on the floor. So the only two guys who are positive on that end.
Gotta go quick now.
Still a little daylight on the side of Bataan. They want to go quick. Nino gives it up. Robbie Darang drives. Robbie with the float. Strong. Ball is tapped to Chito Jaime. Jumper. In and out. Robbie, third opportunity. Robbie Darang goes to Chito Jaime. The drive. Chito. In and out for Chito Jaime. Ball is secured by Paeng. Foul will be done by Chito Jaime. Chito Jaime, that's going to be the 5th foul as well on Chito Jaime. These guys are tired. This was a very physical match that we watched, Coach Mike.
Yeah. I know, only because ini-expect mo na yan, lalo na if you're going up against Zamboanga. We've talked about how defensively they are a very dangerous team. And at certain points in the game, they do have very capable scorers. The last time that we've seen a shot make by Bataan was at the 153 mark on that three-point shot make by Alfred Flores. Everything's been empty possession after empty possession. Only scoring on the free throw line with that the free throw makes of Tutoy Ramirez.
Zamboanga can secure it here with those two free throws. 3-possession ball game here. Nino on the cross. Barcuma. In and out for Joey Barcuma. Still a foul done by Ives Sazonier. Coach, with a possible win here by Zamboanga, how are they looking at the standings?
Well, Zamboanga right now is at 9-12. They will keep number 9, but they will stay within striking distance with Mindoro as well as Basilan, who are at number 8 and number 7 respectively. So this is going to be a matter of positioning. You want to get out of number 9 at the very least, maybe get to 7 or 8. In the remaining games for Zamboanga, I think they are still getting Rizal and Caloocan and Quezon. Those two. They have 4 more games actually.
Still a few big games.
Yeah.
Para dito sa Zamboanga. Bataan on the other end, with this loss, will go down to 9-13. Will still be at number 9. So both of these teams will retain their possessions either with a win or a loss. Time out muna si Coach Mike.
Ito ang inaabangan talaga year after year because the best of the best are here. At
He wants the crowd to get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Some mad drop.
What a play.
There you go. And that win!
Oh my!
Have a new champion this year.
Welcome to the MPBL All-Stars!
September 5, in a few days, we go to Polomolok Municipal Gymnasium in South Cotabato. It's going to be 2 great games. The Quezon Huskers will go up against the Jensen Warriors, and then later on, it's going to be Rizal versus Caloocan. Triple is good for Chris Javier, 7-point lead.
Some life here for the Risers. Down 7.
Pressure's up. Puray can't find a friend. They go to Levy. Double. Early foul. So 25.8 seconds remaining. Levy Hernandez, also a great game coming off the bench. 16 points and 8 rebounds for Levy Hernandez.
Well, he sparked that first quarter or first half run for them, making those threes. Tsaka crucial yun. I think he went, what, 3 out of 4 in the second quarter.
2 for 2 for Levy. 92-83. Nino goes back to Chris Javier. And this will be the ball game, Coach Mike.
Now this really establishes Zamboanga as a team that is a tough nut to crack if you're talking about defense. Only because even yung mga tambakan na games, you know, yung mga blowouts, nakadiin pa rin yung depensa nila, which is what you're still seeing here. And they just keep on executing.
And Coach, we're talking about the Zamboanga team who didn't really use Reg Gabat that much.
Yeah.
Had Inan Fornilos in foul trouble. Paul Turco did not play in the ball game. So meron pang mga tinatagong mga ilang piraso.
I say even
Zamboanga na ito.
Even Kalisa had very few minutes.
Oh yes, that's right.
So
even Otep Gabayni wasn't really put back in the ball game.
And they really match up well with whoever their opponent is. Their bigs are very mobile. Talk about Kalisay, you know, Turco, Otep Gabayni. Brandon Wilson was a difference maker too when they were really looking for, you know, scoring. He was in there very solid. He caused a lot of problems in the defensive coverage of the Risers. And Coach JR and Coach Monki definitely, you know, maybe at certain points found certain facets of their game that they need to improve. But when you speak of composure, no question. These guys are very composed.
On the other end, Coach, some guys wasn't really a big factor in today's ball game. Robbie Darang, Hubert Cani, Christian Balagasay wasn't put in the ball game.
Oh yeah.
A lot to be talked about for the One Bataan Risers, especially their free throws. 17 out of 40 for the Bataan Risers. Zamboanga securing this win, keeping them at number 9, but just a few games away from number 8 and number 7. Zamboanga able to steal one away from the home court of Bataan. The player of the game that you chose, Coach Mike, Brandon Wilson.
Well, like what I said, he's been the steady shot maker for them, you know, in various ways. 23.7 of 13 from the field. He was 5 out of 7 from the free throw line, made half of his 3-point shot attempts, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. You know, overall, just really good performance para dito kay Brandon Wilson.
Our player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Brandon Wilson able to provide big numbers to get them the win. Right now is with our courtside, Miss Daphne Cristobal.
Thank you so much, Juanito. Be well. Congratulations on this victory. You were very stellar and consistent in tonight's ball game. But walk me through the emotions that you felt in tonight's game.
I mean, so, you know, night in and night out, it gets frustrating sometimes when we kind of get in the heat of battle. So, you know, it comes out on the court here and there, but usually I try to keep an even kill.
In that fourth quarter, you needed to exit early, but you were also the main reason why you guys pulled away once again.
Well, that's a big shout out to my coaches and teammates for putting me in a good position to be able to affect the game positively so we can pull this one away.
Is there anyone you would like to greet, your families and your friends? Go ahead.
First and foremost, shout out to Congresswoman Kachua, Family Brand Sardines, J&T Plasticware, TV11 Zamboanga, 96.3, IFM Zamboanga, Magic 95.5 Zamboanga, and all the Zamboangans that support us. And also shout out to my parents, my mom and dad, and big shout out to God for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Viol, and congratulations once again. Our best player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Back to you guys.
To hear that, Daphne, congratulations, Brandon Wilson and the rest of the Zamboanga Sikat Families Brand Sardines. Bukas, putungo tayo sa Pasay Astrodome for 2 games, Pasig versus Manila in the first game, and a big battle between the Quezon Huskers and the Pasay Voyagers. Another game done here at the Kamalig Orion Sports Complex for my partner, Coach Mike Perez. For our courtside, Miss Daphne Cristobal. Ito po, si Juanito Gregorio. Nagpapasalamat sa inyong pagtangkilik at pagnood ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
4